like Lost Hours. I'm looking at a Haunting Him looming turn from now.
The early Script Ranger got disposed of by a Flowstone Embrace.
You know.
And Augur of Skulls comes down. You know, this could easily be a card advantage.
Well, this is.
I think it's almost certainly going to be a card advantage match, and it's interesting that you've got Harvey and Fiorello who are choosing to draw because they believe it's all about card advantage. Their opponents have drafted a fair chunk of discard.
It looks like the
Americans chose to play. That doesn't.
Did they choose to play, or were they?
Why? Why did they choose to play?
That's very interesting. I don't know.
Exactly the opposite of what they said they were going to do at launch.
Hopefully, Rich Hagon can get us an answer for that from the floor at some point. We have an Urborg Siphon Mage versus Augur of Skulls.
Augur did not get sacrificed there.
So discard seems to be a central element of the Japanese team's strategy here. You know, they've got a nice suite of hand destruction, which they're looking to follow up with, ironically follow up with Ignite Memories.
That's fun.
But I mean, it's not really ironic because again, players are going to hold on to their very best cards. The very best cards tend to be a little more expensive. And you tend to discard lands in those situations. Oh, Fiorello just missed his third land drop, and it looks like he missed his fourth land drop also. So he's stuck on 2 land here. While looking at an Augur of Skulls and a thick-skinned Goblin. And this is sort of what we were talking about. Oh, and the Augur of Skulls is going to take 2 cards away from Eugene Harvey.
Presumably, yeah.
Yeah. Well, sure. He's got the Spell Shaper on board. So
Also true.
You really want to put him to the test about what cards you can discard, what cards you can keep. And again, you know, we talked about this earlier with the Sliver deck. You know, you look at the 2 lands, and your whole deck is online. You know, versus a 2-land hand from Fiorello, who has a long-range strategy, and he just can't do anything. These guys are going in the tank trying to figure out which cards to discard. Do they want to keep?
Otherwise, you can just keep land. Right? Just keep land, dude. You can just keep.
And what we can hear in our ears, John Fiorello saying, "Just keep land, dude." So he's
Boombust, Discipliners, Brute Force, Mount
Really gorgeous.
Which 2 of those?
No pressure on them.
So I think he wants him to keep land and Boombust would be my guess.
But maybe we should keep Brute Force. Boombust.
Or maybe not. Yeah, it sounds like he's saying keep Boombust and Brute.
Harvey trying to figure out if he's going to drain them.
It becomes much more difficult to craft a hand to play stuff out and to use your Siphon Mage.
Yes.
I think that this is not an issue because it's not trying to just discard it. Okay. Okay. Focus. Keep this and this.
The judges telling them, you know what? It's terrible. You got to discard 2 cards, but you got to do it now. And it looks like he got rid of the Brute Force and the Boombust. He kept a Mountain and a Viscid Lamar, which he can play next turn.
Sure.
Start Swamp Walking. Here comes Thick-Skinned Goblin.
Huh? Okay. Oh boy.
They take 2. Would you consider blocking with the Urborg Siphon Mage there? You're not going to be using it for several turns. You have another one in your deck. It's just too valuable, right? The ability to gain all that life.
Yeah. Kabu Primarch and Ghost Ship.
It's an unkicked Primarch, obviously.
I would definitely consider blocking there pretty strongly. it seems like Eugene and John have got to play to survive. Right, they've got to play for Fiorello to draw lands. They're not going to get back in this game. They're not going to win in the short game. They're clearly on defense. They're on their back foot. And often, the best way to step damage is to block the first guy, because that guy's going to keep hitting for 2.
But the Siphon Mage hits for so much.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're willing to discard cards through him,
And they just activated it, gained 4 life, and took 4 life from Yamamoto and Takahashi. So it's a 6. Huge life swing. Yep, discarded the mountain. Well, this card's in John Fiorello's hands that are just so far away from being cast. It's just such stark contrast to the Sliver strategy. Or even like I said to Lester, we saw some German decks yesterday and day 2.5 today. These guys were annoying, and they also had a similar strategy to the Sliver strategy, but they were just taking any kind of ragtag assortment of misfits. And now it's cavalry be like the first pick. I mean, they had Emberwild Augur in there, Emberwild Augur Mage or whatever that guy is. Wow. They had Gossamer Phantasm in their decks. And a very similar follow-up strategy where they're using mana tithes and, sunlances and various charms to just sort of whittle away at any kind of defenses that might show up in the middle. How are the forums reacting to that?
Wow, yay, oh my god, amazing. I'm about 10 minutes behind. 3 minutes into the game, for the record.
I saw someone mention that I played Shadow Sliver and Virulent Sliver when we went at Pro Tour Geneva when we did at the pre-release. I believe I Shadow Sliver, Poison Slivered Rich Hagon to death.
Nice.
I don't know if Rich recalls that or not. But I'll be honest, I mean, I've done that for novelty at that event. I have not drafted Virulent Sliver since. Maybe once or twice in a sort of draft deck gone wrong. But, it's not something I've actively considered. It's not a card I was actively considering as a playable card. As much as I love Slivers and all Sliver cards, it's not something I was considering coming into this event.
7 numbers. Yep.
The Japanese players are just massing their army. Savage Salad is joined the squad. And Amorph. With only a Orborg Siphon Mage to defend the way.
This game looking almost as lopsided as the first one now. It's lopsided the old-fashioned way.
Right. And Takahashi's reaching for his Island Mountain as the Siphon Mage is activated. He could have. He keeps touching it. I mean, Leaden Fist is something he's got to keep an eye out for there. Oh, in fact,
yeah,
they
the
did
turn
see
2 lost hours means they know it's in hand.
They know it's there. Why
not use it?
Why wouldn't you use it there? It seems like you have such an advantage on the board cards.
Something.
That's a good question. I guess they're happy to watch Harvey discard, but I don't buy it. But it seems like they could be.
But they've been beating down, and
they're trailing 22-29.
And they've done 1 point to their original. They've got a 1 point dent in Fiorello and Harvey's life total.
And have lost 8.
Leaden Fist costs 3.
Yeah, but I mean they've had 2 in the blue. It's just the way they've chosen to play out there. They've chosen to build their board position instead of playing it, which is crazy. Suspend Ephemeron. John Fiorello has an impact on the game, finally, 4 turns from now.
Is that right? Yeah.
The Suba is a copy of Kelvin Megalith. So, field board position or Leaden Fist and Siphon Mage? Which do you think is better?
Well, they can keep Eugene